Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly AMA. I am Daniel Friedman, and with me I have Alex, the Kushti Chepurnoy, here to answer your questions.
Hello, everyone. My pleasure to be here. And today I have a good mic, as you can see. So still not so good camera. This is for the next time.
And thanks for joining us, everybody, in the comment section here. Hello, Bender, who loves Ergo, and we love you too. And here's Michael. Michael is giving props in a smooth intro music, so you got to give those props to Andy, our the brains behind our awesome AV capabilities. So and then we did get some new microphones. I did, as well as Alex. So hopefully we'll be coming in a lot more clear from here on. I'm also going to talk to the Ministry of Infrastructure in Japan and see what we can do about our 1992 level internet connections. But that'll take a little bit of time. And so I just wanted to let you know that, I understand that we're a little late. I know in some Western cultures, this is not that late. In Japan, this is ages, okay? It's actually something that, because I'm living in Japan so long, it's a natural thing for me to start worrying if somebody's like 1 or 2 minutes late to a meeting. I'm thinking, what's wrong? Did I get the meeting time wrong, or what's going on? But anyway, some people are just late, but in Japan it's just a big thing. If you're late, it's the end of the world. So the reason why I'm late, where we're late, is actually my fault. And it's not my fault, it is this guy's fault. Okay, so this is Leo, and Leo, okay, we were ready to roll, ready to go, and Leo decided that he wanted to come in the room, and he started scratching and yelling outside the door. And this would have been, this was like that time when, the door handle kept moving like there was a ghost. This is the ghost. This guy knows how to open doors, okay? And he doesn't give up. So blame this guy for the lateness, okay? And he is Japanese, so he should know better. All right. Well, now that we got that out of the way, let's start with week's updates. So let's start from my end. So again, a lot is going on. Even though we're going into the holiday season, we're still, chugging away. Just constantly, I keep talking about how long my working hours are. They're pretty damn long, about 14, 15 hours a day, but I just don't want to miss any opportunities to build up this ecosystem. And so, well, the first thing is obviously, everybody wants to know what is going on with exchange listings. Well, this is something that obviously we have been working on full steam continuously since I started, and before I started with Ergo. So this week, what we started to do is we started to once again approach other exchanges. These are tier 2 exchanges with the mission of raising volume, because as I spoke about this before, one of the keys to being listed on tier 1 exchanges is volume. We need to increase the volume. We need to increase the liquidity. And we need to increase demand for Ergo so that when we do get listed on tier 1 exchanges, it doesn't kill us. It actually boosts us. So we are talking to several prominent tier 2 exchanges right now. We're most likely going to be integrating with them very shortly. We will let you know which ones after we actually have the paperwork and the deals situated and signed. Another key to we're doing is DEX listings. And so we spoke about this before. We're going to be trying to list on all these major DEXs like Uniswap, SushiSwap, and 1inch. For that, we need to develop bridges that will enable Ergo to be listed on these exchanges. So this is an active development right now. And as soon as that is done, we will be able to list on dexes, which again will bring volume, which again will bring liquidity providers, will give people incentive to hold Ergo because they're going to be holding liquidity and making money on having Ergo. So more incentives means more volume. More volume means more tier one exchanges are going to list us. So moving on from that, the next big thing that we've been working on is, again, the continuing of rebranding efforts. And so what that means is, like I told you before, we are actively working on reworking the website, the Ergo platform website, and making it a much smoother user experience, bringing all the information together, changing the design around so that it's a lot it's a lot cleaner, more interactive, gives a lot more information at your fingertips, is not overwhelming. So we're actually right now assembling, we already assembled the team, but we're adding to the rebranding team progressively as we speak. That is also on the way, and that will be available shortly in the coming months. And again, I don't want to give exact dates until we have the plan completely laid out with the team. But it's not going to be many months. It's going to be in the next couple of months, I believe, we'll be able to do this. This is something. It's going to have to be an aggregation of all the different tools that we have out there, because we already have all these great tools that the community designed, and we'd like to have them just all in one place so that when we introduce new people to the Ergo ecosystem, it's easier for them to navigate the ecosystem, because that is also key, is new user experience needs to be a smooth experience. The next point that I wanted to touch on is marketing. So we have actively been engaging in improving our marketing, and the main one of the first steps in active mass marketing will be marketing of Ergo products. And what I mean by that is we're going to design products like education products, research products, and certification products. That will then be used to market, and we can actually do marketing campaigns on Twitter. We can do marketing campaigns on Facebook and other mediums to bring people in, because marketing Ergo by itself is a lot harder to sell to people who don't really understand blockchain that well. But if you market to them a course where you can learn a specific tool, a programming tool, if you can learn theory, if you can get certified, that is a lot more digestible for the average person, and it's a lot more interesting, and it's a lot easier to understand what you're getting. And so once we bring people in that way, they're getting a lot more exposure to the Ergo ecosystem, and it will give us quality community members versus just doing giveaways and kind of incentivizing people with giving them free Ergo. Because if you do that instead of targeted marketing, that will bring in a lot of moon boys, and you're going to have people, asking, oh, when is Ergo going to be $50? When is Ergo going to be $100? When Moon, when Lambo? I mean, to each their own, but I really think that it's worth it for us to search for a more engaging, high quality community members like the ones that we have today in our community, because this is a really, really strong community, really productive community, and we need to add the members that we add to the community need to also be in line with what the current members have been striving towards. So touching on specifically on education products, this is something that I would like to design in cooperation with an already established education entity, like a university, a major university or a major school, to bring a joint product, so that basically you have our name and a name of an accredited education institution together, which will give it a lot more credibility and will give it a lot more merit in the education world. And I'm also actively speaking to various institutions. In fact, I have a meeting after this with a very prominent university. My goal to form partnerships with these universities and schools, and so to design education products which can then be marketed to the general public, to engage them in the technology and engage them in the Ergo ecosystem as well. Let's see. Another product I believe is something that we can get ecosystem, and that is payments. We can do, we can do payment processing. We can do products that are that make sense to an average business person, that will solve an issue for them. That is also something that's very sellable and very marketable to the average person, and that is something that will bring in more a more diverse demographic into the Ergo ecosystem, and that's what we really need. We need to get more people to understand what Ergo is about. The next point is comms and PR plan. We already have the PR firm that we've been talking to has prepared a detailed PR and media plan for us. And this will include major media. This will include TV and online interviews and general wider exposure to Ergo, and to different key players in the Ergo ecosystem. Like, for example, Alex. We're going to get Alex out there. He's gonna talk about Ergo, and if he can, maybe he can show us his dance moves. I don't know. Maybe if he's got some dance moves, that would be great. So that is, again, that's something that we're actively engaging in, and this is something that will, again, widen the reach of Ergo and bring Ergo to more people, which is what we're looking for. And so last but not least, I would like to announce that we are currently in production for our next Ergo Pulse episode, which will be coming out in January. And our guest for the next Ergo Pulse episode will be none other than Chris Ray from ErgoLand. So really excited about having Chris on our show, and we will give you more details soon. And please don't forget to tune in and check out what Chris and his team has developed with ErgoLand. So that is it for my updates, and I'll hand it over to Alex for his ecosystem and dev updates. So go ahead, Alex.
Hello again, everyone. Let's start with security. We are living in turbulent times, maybe, but in the world of tech, almost every day is turbulent. So a few days ago, a lot of server administrators around the globe had sleepless nights because of new critical vulnerability appeared in a login library, log4j. So a lot of Java applications got critical holes in security. And Java is everywhere, it's behind the Ergo node, the Java machine. Happily, Ergo node is not touched. So I did publish a personal tweet on that on Monday. This is good. Also, there is a lot of noise currently about vulnerabilities in some Cardano contracts. A lot of uncertainty about that. So from information I know, from information which is publicly available to the moment, likely now Ergo applications developed can have well this issue. And actually, the issue is known for all time, and yeah, it's just about well understanding of EUTXO contracts. We warned about it back in 2019 in the Ergo script white paper. And to the moment, there are no known Ergo applications touched by this. Good news on security, and security, is a top priority for sure for core developers at least. I am happy to announce we will have another ErgoHack in February. So ErgoHack number 3, and it's named Privacy and Security. We will invite especially projects focused on delivering privacy and security. So there are some ideas, some contracts already known but not implemented, such as stealth addresses contract, so stealth addresses pool, and so on. So in regards with security, also a lot of things to do still for the ecosystem. We will have a detailed announcements coming in next days, I guess, next few days. All right, so please join, and if you want to get into Ergo script and developing Ergo applications before, so there is a new initiative called Ergo Learn, also from Ergoland guys, so Chris Ray and Kim and others in the team. They have weekly sessions on Thursday, I believe. Please join them, and they will have extensive course in the beginning of 2022. All right. So in regards with security, a lot of questions on the ledger status. The status is following. So there is a library which is already working. There is another library, library for the hardware part. Then there is a library which is connecting Yoroi wallet with the Ledger hardware wallet. It's already done. And then there is UI, and here we have a problem that we don't have enough developers right now. Guys are totally busy with optimizing the wallet. As you know, there are issues sometimes with miners collecting a lot of coins in their wallets, with wallets containing more than 50 addresses and so on. So hopefully, some issues already resolved, and other fixes on the way. So I myself is using Yoroi, and it's definitely working better now than even weeks before. There is another feature for Yoroi developers, so to bring DApp connector to the main wallet. So currently it's in Yoroi Nightly still, but recently DApp connector extension was merged with Yoroi Nightly, and this is the last step before the release in the main wallet. Currently there is a testing phase for Yoroi Nightly with DApp connector included. Then we will have Yoroi main wallet release. We have also Ledger support in the queue. And also there are some alternative wallets. So this week a new wallet was announced also for browsers like Yoroi. Currently its wallet, this wallet is named Nautilus. It's promising to have DApp connector support, also Ledger, and in future also native support for stable coins, and yeah, also mixing. Sounds pretty exciting, and yeah, there are other wallets around which are slowly getting into production, such as SAT Ergo, desktop wallets, and also Minotaur, which will be on desktop and mobile devices also. And yeah, also there is iOS wallet, a fork of well, already known Android wallet. And this wallet is now in the beta testing phase, so you can try it on your iPhone if you have a test flight application installed on your iPhone. Good news, we are getting more and more infrastructural components such as wallets, and yeah, hopefully those wallets will also integrate Ledger support. And yeah, Ledger support is well, directly related to the security of holding funds. There are other efforts like paper wallet you can try right now. So yeah, maybe we'll make another tweet on the paper wallet. This is another solution for long-term hodling. All right, so then talking about DeFi space. Yeah, we now have a team working on updating Auctions House, and its main developers is currently focusing on delivering Ergo team, which is another tool for joint spendings. And yeah, this is much more convenient than zero knowledge treasury. So zero knowledge treasury is requiring for installing the nodes for treasury DAO participants, and yeah, Ergo team will be lighter. So no need to install a node. And yeah, so it's in the progress. We're also expecting for Ergo Lands, Ergo Pets launches, well, Ergo Dex well, will be more usable soon with Yoroi wallet coming, the connector support. I mean, main wallet, not nightly, because most of users don't use nightly. Yeah, it seems brick by brick we are getting the whole stack working. And yeah, this would be good for the DeFi possibilities, and for TVL growing up. Among other efforts, there is progress towards bridges, and yeah, another stable coin, DEX USD, and so on. So there will be a video from Joseph a few days after, well, covering everything in details. So then, yeah, in regards with the core protocol, well, the new Ergo script interpreter, Ergo 3 interpreter, sorry, is well, pretty much ready for being deployed into testnet, and well, the proposal for miners will be published by co-developer Morphic in coming days. Then we will discuss with miners activation details, voting details, but yeah, they're pretty much set in the protocol. And yeah, with this new interpreter, we will get much faster and cleaner execution of contracts, so like 6x improvement in TPS for free, basically. All right, then Yeah, there is another soft fork proposal coming about retargeting emissions, so prolonging the same emission for longer time with the same total supply. But yeah, with longer emission period. And yeah, so I'm finishing EAP on that, and then it will be proposed to miners. So then the question is how to organize two votings at the same time. So some options will be proposed in the EAP, and yeah, we will have discussions with miners. And yeah, I believe, currently it's a good time to establish solid framework for doing protocol upgrades. So how to consider different opinions, and yeah, how developers and miners should cooperate on such things. All right, this is pretty much it. So yeah, there will be another video in coming days from Joseph with ecosystem updates details.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Alex. So let us get into the AMA. So a question that's been asked a couple of times already in this thread. Well, the first time it was asked was asked by Marcus Phillips, and Marcus would like to know: are there any updates on proposed emission change? Any models been run to see how the proposed change may affect the network? So this is a question for you, Alex.
Yeah, so we can model some things like. So we do know the new emission curve, right? And we can also make some assumptions on how it will interact with storage rent component of mining rewards. However, such assumptions may hold or not. So we can consider a wide range of options. But if we are talking about somewhat real world network security, so it depends also on external factors. Well, we cannot know even Ergo price in future. And also, such externalities as what competitors would be in coming years, right? So with Ethereum going to pause, for example, it is expected that a lot of hash rate will come. So it's not quite clear how all those things can be considered, and can we build a valuable model? So we can assume a lot of scenarios, but how they will work in practice, well, it's not quite clear. Too many variables in the equation, I guess. But yeah, so the critical point here is that so for long-term security, maybe it's better to have constant rewards for another 10 or 15 years before storage rents components would grow enough.
Okay, great. Thank you. And let's see. And so, Pool Chile Steak Pool Rodrigo would like to say cheers from Chile. Well, hello from Japan. And Alex, are you in the Kremlin right now, or because people are thinking that you live in the Kremlin?
Oh, yeah, well, not quite. But yeah, so we had a plan to have a Latin American tour back in 2019 even. And yeah, hopefully after this virus situation well, been resolved, we can do that. So yeah, hopefully I will have another tour, and this time it would be Latin American tour, well, in 2022. So see you in Chile, maybe.
Well, thanks a lot, Alex. And let's see. Yeah, so the conversation about emission change. So this is something that Rep. Manis has suggested. We would like it would be nice to structure this with visuals beforehand. I think that maybe this is something that we could provide for the community. I mean, obviously, we don't have them right the second, but we could potentially do a visual chart on how this would work. Is this something that's possible, Alex?
Yeah, sure. So we need to do that, and yeah, I think we also need to have maybe one or two community chats on that. Maybe next week even. So yeah, let me think on that. So likely it will be our the Reddit or Telegram, and yeah, maybe a good time would be about meet next week. Let's see.
Great, great. Owen, so we have Ahmed. Well, I'm sorry, Ahmed. I don't want to butcher your last name, so I'll just say Ahmed. Oladil. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at pronouncing last names. And so Ahmed is from Nigeria. So hello, Ahmed. Thanks for joining us from Nigeria. We also have Stefan joining us from Australia. Wow, we have a lot of we have an audience from all around the world today. Okay, and so the next question is for Alex. And the question is, can you share the secret hiding behind Alex's smile? What secrets are you hiding, Alex?
Oh,
are these evil secrets?
Yeah, so all the secret schemes are starting with commitments. Well, if it's about cryptography, right? It's kind of joke. So yeah, secrets hiding. Secrets hiding. Yeah, but I'm not sure. I mean, actually, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible in regards with everything, just because it's easier. Yeah, no need to remember a lot of secrets, at least.
Oh, and it looks like, yeah. Well, yeah, I misread that. That was Austria, not Australia. That's joining us. But hey, guys, it's all on the same planet, so come on. Let's see. So the next question is, let's see. There's a couple of questions for me. Well, here's another one. Okay, so Trending TV would like a shout out to Trending TV, and tell Alex that Trending TV really likes you, Alex. So shout out. They like you, Alex. They love you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so I love the community, and yeah, I'm very sorry. So I promised last time to jump on the Reddit the weekend passed, but yeah, unfortunately, there were some things to resolve. So yeah, I will try to do my best. Well, the weekend to come. So maybe let's catch up the Reddit then.
Great.
Or
Here's another
Telegram.
question.
Yeah. So sorry. So yeah, I had a couple of chances to jump on the Telegram, and yeah, yesterday we had a good chat on different scalability solutions and sharding. Yeah, pretty intelligent talks actually. So yeah, initially all the talks almost were very intelligent over the Telegram group, but yeah, it was too small. Like it's 100 people back in 2019. So currently it's more than 15K. But yeah, sometimes talks are not so intelligent, let's say. So yeah, I will try to jump on both the Telegram and the Reddit. And yeah, always happy to talk with well, folks from the community.
And so the next question is from Ilya Libin. And so the question is for me, Dan, speaking of business adoption, how does a business, how should a business decide whether to go with Ergo or Cardano for their business solution, given the fact that both are EUTXO and have the same tools, NFT, smart contracts, and so on? Well, as I always said, I don't really see Ergo and Cardano as competing blockchains at all. I think both can share the same market, and I believe that both have their own special niche. So personally, for business, for the business that I'm building right now, using Ergo and also using Cardano, to me, Ergo is a sports car, and Cardano is the luxury SUV. So each one has their own, wonderful things about it, have their own uses. Ergo is more compact. Ergo can be deployed for, at least in my particular business case, it can be deployed for small and mid-sized businesses. It's a lot. It's a lot more. It's a lot smoother of deployment. Not to say that Cardano can't do the same thing, but it's just for my personal application. That's how I see Ergo. It's the more compact, the more compact solution, scalable to small to mid-sized business, and from there you can actually have a symbiotic relationship with Cardano. And to me, Cardano, although it could work for small and mid-sized businesses as well, for me, Cardano would be more of an enterprise large-scale solution or a blockchain for large-scale solutions. Something that would be like a national registry, something that would be an international marketplace. And again, both. And these solutions can use both blockchains. It's just a matter of what particularly do I want to do, what particular functionality, and what scope and scale I want to deploy that functionality in. So I hope that answered your question about the difference in business solutions as far as as far as what they would mean for the business. So this is actually something. There's another question. From Varian Fellow. He's very active Ergo community member, and he'd like to ask, what would be your main objectives of an eventual cooperation with another with EUTXO POW blockchain? So, Alex, what would you say about that?
Oh, actually, well, we are talking with them, so soon. We will record a joint podcast with Komodo guys. So yeah, it will be in the next coming days. And yeah, I actually did participate in some virtual Komodo events, maybe like 6 or 7 months ago. And yeah, so we are talking regularly with Komodo. CCX guys, not so much with Digibyte guys, so they're also in the alliance, but still we are not talking. So With Komodo, we're also in the BPSA alliance, and yeah, a lot of support we do in BPSA alliance for each other. So with Pirate Chain, Komodo, and so on. Yeah, I think it's always good to talk about something especially useful for our users, so we can enrich each other definitely.
Well, thanks a lot, Alex. So here's a question for me, because I have been actively confronting this on the Cardano side, and as well as on all EUTXO Alliance side, because this has been an ongoing smear campaign against the EUTXO model. And so this is from Nassim Lamani, another really active community member, and who I interact quite frequently with on Twitter. So what about this FUD frenzy against the EUTXO blockchains directed by the FUD muffins? Yes, I lovingly call this cabal of trolls online, just basically obsessing over Cardano, obsessing over EUTXO FUD muffins. Because that's just what they are to me, because pretty much no valid arguments are raised. It's just, you guys are bad, okay? EUTXO is flawed, okay? It's there's a concurrency issue. Oh, there's this, so what about it? Well, I'll tell you, this is what happens when you have a new technology come onto a market that already has established paradigms, and you challenge their world. You challenge, okay, you know what? This is actually something that you're gonna be able to do what you haven't been able to do with, and it's different from what you have. Therefore, it frightens them. I will call these people out. Like I said earlier today, I will call these people out. If somebody is out there fudding and lying about Ergo, if they're fudding and lying about Cardano, I will call them out publicly, like I did several times this week, because I'm not afraid to do so. I'm not out there to start fights with anybody. I'm not out there to burn bridges by any means, but I will, in fact, not allow people to openly just smear what we're doing, to throw out this information out there. Because from one side, people say, well, why spend your time? Why, just ignore these people? Well, yes and no. You can ignore these people to a certain degree, but once this information reaches a critical mass and you don't have an answer for it, it will become a problem, because people will start listening to the voices that are louder. And we cannot allow that. So I will continue to fight for our ecosystems and for basically anybody. I mean, I'm not a maxi. There are other really good prominent projects out there that have their own place in the blockchain movement. And I will do the same thing for them as I would do for Cardano and Ergo. If somebody's out there lying and giving this information about these products, I will confront them on it. And like I said, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid about, these people being mad at me. I'm not afraid of getting blocked by somebody on Twitter. I don't care. I'd rather keep my ethics and morals about me and keep fundamentals strong than be complacent to these people. So that's where I'm coming from. So I hope that answered your question. I know it was a little bit aggressive on that. We actually have a comment from Russ. So on your new mic, Alex, you're showing off your new mic, and I think our friends really like it. This is this is good. I have one just like that as well. I still haven't perfected the arm that it sits on, so it's not as cool looking as Alex's. But I also have the same thing happening.
Yeah, so next time I will try to get a new camera also. So currently, well, I'm just using pad because I've got into problems trying to get this mic working on Linux. I will try to find time and cam base to solve all those issues with Linux, and then it will open a way to get a new camera also. Step by step, we are getting better.
All right. So the Pool Chili Steak, Pool Rodrigo writes to me in Japanese. I suppose this is for me. It says, EUTXO omamoru no tame ni Twitter o tsukau, means to protect the EUTXO, we will use Twitter. Yes, we will. We will use Twitter. We will use all the social media that these people crawl on and through to make sure that our message is clear and to make sure that this disinformation campaign is met with the right resistance that it should be met with. And here's a question for I think for Alex here. So if Ergo goes to the top 10, will the mic be $1 million auction for $1 million?
Well,
Alex,
hopefully.
would you do that?
I mean, hopefully, even for less it can be, but then we can fund some raffles with it, and there may be some deals. I mean, dependless on position in those charts, so it's always good to have fun around.
So there's a sorry about that. There's a question from one dashing hot dog. I guess suppose this is for me. He can read Japanese. I live in Japan. I've lived in Japan for over 9 years, and so I speak Japanese. I speak English, Russian, Japanese, and used to speak Ukrainian, but I haven't spoken Ukrainian in a long time. So I need to get back on that bicycle in order to ride it. But I think if I go back to Kiev, I will. I'll pick it right back up. And let's see. So we have another question from. I'm sorry. I'm going to butcher your name, but is it Sharafuddin? I hope I'm saying this right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Hello from Algeria. Hello. Is there any marketing plan for Africa? Yes. I would definitely like to target Africa for education and for payments. Because again, this is actually something that, as you know, Cardano is really actively engaging in to bring micro lending and payment solutions to Africa, and the Cardano and Input Output actually did a Haskell course in Ethiopia. I believe that there is a lot of demand for these kinds of products in Africa, and Africa is a booming economy. And so I believe that, yes, it's very important for us to market in Africa, and we will engage with the African community.
Also, by the way, you can talk about this with Chris Ray. So he is currently reaching communities around Kenya and Nigeria for Ergoland, to fund them with lending from the blockchain.
Great. So again, Pool Chili Steak Pool Rodrigo says, "Хорошо." Ну, хорошо, Alex. Все хорошо?
Everything is good. Thanks.
That means good in Russian. Хорошо means good in Russian. So let's get one last question in. Oh, well, this is actually a really good question. Oh, and yeah, there's a question about what about Arabic? The only thing in Arabic I know is shukran, and I'm probably saying that wrong too, but that's the only thing I know. And khamsin. Those are the two words that I know in Arabic. But there's a question from Lucas D'Angelo. Does digital identity make sense on Ergo? And well, Alex, what is your take on this?
I guess so. Well, at least Ergo is not afraid of spamming the blockchain with data, right? So a lot of identity and other data startups on Bitcoin failed. Because in general, the Bitcoin blockchain is protecting itself from the dust, right? And a lot of technical measurements done in order to protect the network from writing the data, creating dust outputs with data and so on. So in Ethereum, this is very expensive, as we know, and so in Ergo, this is not a problem. So, there is a form of garbage collection, so storage rent, and in general, the design was suited well for identity and other data records to be written on the blockchain. Basically because it was designed mostly around 2017, 2019, when there was big request maybe. So a lot of talks around were about writing something on the blockchain. Usually with no any clear reason. For identity, I believe in the first place the nature of the blockchain and also support for light clients, which is giving you capabilities to prove blockchain record in a very efficient way, which can be useful in certain environments. So I think Ergo with applications on top can replace the handshake, maybe right, which is a dedicated blockchain for DNS, right? Namecoin and so on. There was a technical article many years ago from Greg Maxwell, one of core devs of Bitcoin. So it was called something how to make Namecoin which doesn't suck, right? And Namecoin was the first altcoin, right? Let's say so the first non-Bitcoin blockchain, and its purpose was to record DNS records and other naming data on the blockchain. And in this article, so Greg criticized Namecoin design a lot and proposed improvements. And I did some writing on the forum maybe back in 2019. That's everything from Greg's proposal basically can be implemented on Ergo easily, or already in the core protocol, or can be done easily on the application level. It's easy to do identity layer which doesn't suck. Really.
Well, thanks a lot, Alex. So I think this is a good place for us to finish today. Our apologies we didn't get to all of your questions, and thank you very much for coming to watch this AMA. And as you know, we have these AMAs every Friday. Well, my Friday evening, some people's Friday morning, some people's Friday daytime. So Friday. So don't forget to check out next week's AMA. And as I always say, we're always available online on social media. Please feel free to reach out to me or to Alex. And just thanks for stopping by, San Diego.
See ya, folks.